Hi, in this video we'll be looking at the accounting equation, which is obviously a very important concept in accounting as it is the accounting equation. It is the key equation that we need to know. So this is what that equation is: assets equals liabilities plus equity. We might also see this as assets equals liabilities plus capital, or we could see this with, say, arranged slightly differently, so we could have assets minus liabilities equals equity, but that's just a rearrangement and it would all be the same equation. So this is our key accounting equation, and this equation must hold because a business will buy assets using either borrowed funds or the owner's capital. So the sort of idea is, if we imagine that this is a brand new business and they're looking to get some assets, so brand new business, they say want to get some machinery or factories or some land or whatever. How are they going to buy those assets? Well, they can either borrow from a bank, in which case this will show up as a liability, and we've discussed what we mean by assets and liabilities in previous videos. But if we borrow to finance our assets or our machinery or whatever it is, this will be a liability, we'll be in debt. Or we could use the owner's capital, and in which case this would show up as equity. So just the owner of the business, they inject some of their own funds, this would show up in equity. So right from the beginning, this equation has to hold because of this bullet point here. And then after a business has grown and it's an established business, this will still hold, because as a business then goes to increase their assets, they will still have to either inject funds. This could be from their profits, or it could be from more borrowing from banks or from anyone that will lend them money. And so this equation at the bottom is just an idea of what we might mean once a business has been around for a little while, how we can rewrite this accounting equation to give us a better idea. So we still have assets equals liabilities as these first two terms here. However, we can expand out this equity term and say that we can also increase our assets through whatever was our opening capital when we established the business, how much was injected into the business then, how much funds did we have to buy assets, also how much profit have we made over the course of having the business. This can be reinvested in assets. Also any capital that's been injected after the business has been founded, so it's not our opening capital but any investment after that. And then we subtract away any drawing, so anything that's been withdrawn from the business by the owners and any money taken out of the business. And so, again, I said that we can rewrite the accounting equation in different ways. This is one way to rewrite it, by expanding out the terms, but it's still the same thing. So the accounting equation is, well, this tells us that we have to have what we've discussed in a previous video, and is double entry bookkeeping or double entry accounting, which says that any business transaction has to be recorded twice in the account. And we can see why that is from the accounting equation. And let's say that we want to increase our assets. Let's say that we're buying more assets. Well, in order to do that, we will either need to borrow or we'll have to use the owner's capital. But the way we can see this through this equation is, if this assets term increases, well, we need this accounting equation to hold. We need this to be equal. But if we're increasing our assets on the left-hand side here, we also have to increase something on the right-hand side. So either we're going to borrow and increase our liabilities, or we're going to have to increase our equity in order to increase this assets term. And the same is true is that if we increase our liabilities, well, we're either going to have to decrease our equity or increase our assets as well for this accounting equation to still hold. So that's the accounting equation, and that's part of what it helps us do in accounting, and it should help explain the dual aspect or duality concept or double entry bookkeeping. But it's very fundamental to accounting, so it's very important to understand this equation. So hopefully this video has helped you do that. If it has, please do leave a like. Make sure to check out the accounting playlist for more videos like this one, and subscribe to add some econ to your subscription feed.